We're back, and welcome to another episode of Dudes Digital Downloads Reviews on Sundays, Fun Days. Cheers.
Yeah. Hey, cheers. Hey. Finally, there's nothing in front of my face.
Yeah.
I like the background. Pretty cool.
Yeah. We got a nature and nature falls and the bears. I think it's pretty obvious what movie we're about to do. The movie came out a long time ago, but we barely watched it. Digital reviews. Cocaine Bear by what was her name? Elizabeth Banks. She's hot as fuck.
Yeah. She is.
Very, very hot. I mean, Elizabeth Banks is one of the hottest chicks I haven't seen naked.
Yeah. I wish her acting was better on this movie, but yeah.
She's not in this movie.
Oh, I thought she was. Oh, that's not the name of the lady that was in the movie?
No.
My bad.
Do you even know who Elizabeth Banks is? Well, then you better look her up, you dumbass. She's a director.
Okay.
She wrote and directed this. This is her first movie she's ever. I think she's directed some shit. But anyway, she's an actress. She's come out in a lot of fucking movies. Even that.
Oh, I know this.
Romy and Michelle make a porno or some shit, and then a bunch of other movies. The James Gunn movies and a bunch of other movies. It was really repulsive. But anyways,
the Hunger Games, she was in there too.
She's not in this movie, but she directed it.
No, okay.
I loved this movie.
It was pretty fun.
I loved it. It was
has no story. The acting's pretty bad, but it's filled with gore. It was pretty good. I thought it was kind of funny.
It has no story. The story's all there. What do you mean?
It's just a bear and coke, and he's fucking eating everyone and fucking everyone.
The kids got lost. The guy, his father, is with the drug dealers, and he's trying to get the. What are you talking about? There's stories. There are like 4 stories in this whole movie. You dumbass.
Did it drag you in?
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah. And the acting was amazing. For the first time in a movie, everybody is an actual character. Instead of trying to play every movie, everybody's just like the same old motherfucking person. And here, everybody was a character. I was all like, you see, those are the types of weird people you'll see at Walmart. Motherfuckers like you see in this movie. Weird people.
Okay.
When you go out in the real world, if you go out in the real world, anywhere, Kike, people are just boring. They're not boring. People are weird. People are fucking weird. You ever talk to a person? They are fucking weird. And this movie proves it. Instead of being all normal and boring, oh, your typical white guy. No, they're showing us. I mean, from the very beginning, the guy from the Games of Thrones, the redhead, he was there, and he wasn't even playing Ireland. He was playing another fucking guy.
Well, duh, it's not Game of Thrones.
No, but he is from Ireland, which is why he was doing that voice, because that's his real voice. Yeah. But here, he was doing a completely different character with a completely different voice, a different aesthetic or whatever from another country. It wasn't even from his country.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's called acting. But like I mentioned before, I'm not dissing on the movie. I like the movie. It didn't take itself fucking seriously. I'm just saying, like the lady, for example, the mom, like she just lost her kid. She just noticed that a fucking bear is loose. The kid is up there in a fucking tree, and she's not freaking out that her daughter is there. She's not crying or anything. No reaction towards that fucking lady.
Wait, what do you mean?
That's
the
fine.
Little girl was never there. She was lost.
Exactly. Wouldn't you be fucking like hysterical if you were a woman looking for your daughter and there's a crazy fucking bear eating and fucking pawing at everything? I would have been.
That's why you want
she kept her cool.
That's the difference. You want the typical movie. This is like, I think this is how people would actually react. This movie was actually real people, the weird fucking people and weird motherfuckers. That guy that the cop was in love with, he was obviously woke as fuck. And she was all like trying to hit on him and shit. And then the part where the lady shot the guy in the head when she was trying to shoot the bear.
Yeah.
100% that would happen. For real in real life.
Yeah. For to a stupid person, yeah. Of course. It was fun. It was a fun movie. It was just one of those, let's sit down and watch something different. You get a little fucking kick out of it. It's funny. I liked it. There were some characters in there. You know, there was one fucking guy in that I was like, who the fuck is this guy? I've seen this guy. I've seen this motherfucker before. And it was the guy in the ambulance. Remember him? Under the fucking door. The fucking bear was on top of him. When they try to fucking like get that 911 call.
Where was he from? I never recognized him.
You remember that angry retail guy from the TikToks, that's that motherfucker.
I don't watch TikTok that much famous. Unless it's chicks and tits.
Yeah, exactly. We're two different people, so we have two different takes.
I watch tits. You watch fucking guys on TikTok. Yes, two different people.
Yeah, well, I see funny shit. But anyways, I don't use it to masturbate like you. So, yeah, that was one thing that I was like, where the fuck is this motherfucker? He has never been in a fucking movie before, from what I've fucking seen. But anyways, that's how, it works nowadays in the U.S.
From the very beginning,
and now you're in a movie.
I knew this movie was gonna kick ass from the very beginning, because as soon as the movie started, you heard ding 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 ding. Jefferson Starship, Orange Cassidy. I was like, oh, this movie's gonna kick ass from the very beginning. And then there's a weird choice of actors that came out. Han Solo was in this. He was a fucking
the guy who
Ray Liotta's fucking Ray Liotta's son. He was in there and shit. What's fucked up is that that I didn't like. There was one part that was real unrealistic. Right? The black detective.
Yeah, what about it?
It was the 1980s. There's no in hell he would have been promoted to detective. He still would have been down there washing the cars at the station. I'm just saying, they were really racist back then in the 80s. I mean, they were beating people up in the middle of the street and shit. So I was like, that's the only part she fucked up, I mean, there were no Mexicans and no Asians, which is good, because back then there really wasn't a lot of them, especially not in these fancy places like national parks and shit.
Yeah.
So that made sense. Whoa, dude, there was that weird fucking kid, who they try to rob, Isaiah Jackson, they try to rob him and then he beats him up, and then they try to take him to go get the cocaine, and when they go, the cocaine's not there in the gazebo, and he says, "Can I tell you something without you getting angry at me?" I started laughing so fucking hard the way he said it, because I was just thinking in my head, that's something I would say, because there's a guy with a gun, he's like, "Give me the cocaine." I get there and the coke's not there, and I'm like, "Can I say something? And you promise you won't shoot me?"
Yeah. That's definitely the type of people that you hang out with. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It was perfect. I was just like, this is what I liked about this movie, is that Elizabeth Banks knows how to write a realistic movie with realistic characters. These could be real people. All of these. To me, I don't know. You probably just hang up with a bunch of fucking Dungeons and Dragons folks, but all the people I've seen in real life, this could be some of them.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. Well, she didn't write this. It was Jimmy Watch or something like that, but she directed it. Yeah. No, I mean, like I said, pretty entertaining, man. If you like comedy and gory stuff, especially gory stuff, this is gory. This is up my alley. I loved it.
I didn't expect it to be that gory at all.
Yeah, me neither.
At all. Like, when he tore off the leg, that wasn't that bad because they didn't really show it. But then when I started realizing how, I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be fucked up, is when they got to the ambulance part. And the guy in the ambulance, when he falls to the front seat, and the little Asian girl looks at him, which does I'll give that one a pass, because she was actually in the medical field, and back then we needed all the Asians in the medicine, because they were the smart ones. They were people were not smart back then, Kike. Now people are smarter because they saw the Chinese are getting ahead, so they start going to school, paying attention.
Yeah, people are getting smarter for sure.
Yeah, just like you, getting a 2-year degree. It's working, Kike. Anyways, the guy's hand was like dangling. We see the bone and everything, and I was just like, what in the fuck? I was all like, dude, I didn't know that we're gonna go like this and shit.
Yeah.
No,
and to be fair to the movie, I wasn't high, I wasn't drinking, I was just watching it. It was pretty entertaining. So even if you're not high,
I was high as fuck. I was having a lot of fun. Now, this is one of the best movies I've seen in a while. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
it's badass.
Another important thing, last movie of Ray Liotta. And he had a very small part. And that's one of my complaints, is that I feel they could, so she had the comedy, she had the suspense, and she had the horror. Yeah.
She missed the drama, because it was sprinkled on there but it wasn't done right. Because if they really wanted to make it dramatic, they would have elaborated more on the relationship with the little girl and the mom. Like more of a story that the little girl doesn't like, that she's being a whore or some shit like that. Instead of just like one scene about like, I'm going to school, and then she skips school, and you're like, but why the fuck? You know, and it's like, oh, because the mom's dating a guy. You should have shown that shit, you know, develop it. Seeing the little girl, I'm reacting to it is what I'm trying to say. So
I gotcha.
Yeah. And then the other thing was they had another story with Han Solo and Ray Liotta, who's a dad.
Yeah.
And also he has a son who he just left with his dad. You know, and then the dad doesn't even take care of him. And so all of this was just casually mentioned in the middle of the story, and it's like, dude, if you would have started the movie with both of those two relationships showing us what they went through, and then got it into the bear, and then this, it would have been perfect, because then the emotional parts at the end of the movie would have hit.
And
That's
why I was trying to say when I said, were you attached to any of them? Not really. That's the reason why. But it doesn't really matter, because it's pretty much a comedy. I mean, I hope it's a comedy, because honestly, to me, it was pretty fucking funny.
It was funny, but I wouldn't call this a comedy, because there was some comedy sprinkled in there, but it was just like this thing that was happening. You know,
it was kind of weird. I almost think it was kind of like a B movie if you think about it. You know, they kind of like, I don't know if they did it intentionally or not, but it had that kind of quality to it. I'm not saying it looked bad, or you know, it's just a little odd. It's an odd movie, but pretty funny overall.
Yeah. Well, I highly recommend this movie. I think it's badass. I don't know what else I could recommend that's like this.
I was thinking about stuff like that, but not honestly. I don't think there's anything kind of like it other than, you know, go watch a B movie that was trying to, you know, be serious and not really. You're laughing at it. So I don't know.
No, but
this one like that.
This one, it was like they were trying to be funny, but then some parts they were trying to be like fucked up.
That's why I couldn't fucking, you know, make ends meet. I was like, well, I'll just take it as funny. Fuck it.
I like this movie. I recommend it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
All right.
It's good.
Good. Go watch this. Use your VPN and download it. Cheers.
Yeah.
Happy
Cheers.
Sunday, fun day.